Hey everybody, I'm back from the hospital. Sorry it took so long to make this video, but as you can understand, I've been in bed for the past about 5 or 6 days. I don't know, I lost track. I'd also like to apologize for looking so scruffy, as you can see, for the same reason. But I at least shaved for you guys, so you know, I do love you. Anyway, welcome to episode 3. The first thing I'd like to do in this episode is, first and foremost, is to thank everyone involved in this past weekend at the hospital, from friends and family who came to visit me and to the hospital staff who were just absolutely amazing. I had a phobia of hospitals going into this, but now I'm looking forward to my next major surgery because I had such a great time over the weekend. So there were a couple of interesting stories that came out of my weekend at the hospital. One of my favorite ones is the IV stand story. You see, on my first day after the surgery, they pulled me out of bed at like 5 p.m. to take a walk around the hospital. I had a nurse with me assisting with the pushing of the IV cart. And, I went halfway around the floor, came back, and I was dead. It was brutal. My insides were on fire. But, the next morning I woke up, I was gung-ho. I was like, all right, I feel a little bit better. Let's give this another shot. So, I got out of bed. The nurse was there following me around just in case, and I'm pushing the IV around. We get to the halfway point, and the nurse asked me if I want to go back. I'm like, no, let's do the whole thing. So we keep going, we keep pushing the IV, did the whole floor, get back to the room, get back in the bed, and the nurse is pushing the IV stand right next to the bed, and she's like, oh my God, how were you just pushing this? 4 of the wheels are locked. So needless to say, I was already way ahead of my recovery at that point. They were pretty impressed that I was able to push a IV stand with 4 locked wheels out of the 5. So probably the thing at the hospital that made the stay so fun for me was on the Friday and the Saturday, I had the hottest nurse in the world. And on the Saturday, I was on enough morphine that I actually told her while she was removing my catheter. I'm hardcore. But she was really sweet. After she removed the catheter, she actually sat down and we talked a little bit. And I regret not trying to get her number. I don't know if I would have succeeded, but she definitely made me think that I would have. She was a sweetheart. I didn't get to see her again. I didn't know she'd be off the next 2 days, but she really made it enjoyable those first 2 days. There was one really scary moment at the very beginning. Right after I woke up from surgery, I was in my recovery room, and my insides were just on fire, and there's no one there. I saw nurses running back and forth, and I had no idea what was going on, and I was so weak. I was calling for help, and nobody heard me, and it was just chaotic. I just saw people running back and forth. It looked like the building was on fire. So I was kind of freaking out for about 10 minutes before people finally came over to me. And then it got even worse because they had to transfer me from my recovery bed to my hospital bed. And I had to do that on my own. Basically, I had to crawl from one bed into the other, and it was just one of the most painful things I've ever had to endure. Luckily, right afterwards, they gave me a nice shot of morphine, and apparently it was a lot of fun on the way back to the hospital room. The hospital room itself was really fun. I got hooked up. I got a really nice room. Everyone that came in was impressed by how nice my room was. Everyone that came in there had fun with me. I guess I have that effect on people where no matter how down and out I am, I'm still going to be entertaining to some degree. So, Monday morning, at about 9 a.m., the doctor came in, and he checked me out, said I was doing great. I was way ahead of schedule on my recovery, and said I could leave. I was clear to leave. So they started drawing up my discharge papers. By about 10:15, I had signed my forms, and my parents were there to pick me up, and that's when it hit me that I got a final dose of some pain medication, because that ride home, that was brutal. every bump in the road, I felt it. It was just, I was just holding on to the handlebar, just like, you know, hoping that I could teleport. And yeah, that was super painful. That was another painful experience. But when I got home, I was very grateful. Jumped into bed and took a nap right away. The one thing you probably heard me mentioning a lot so far is the pain. It is a very unique type of pain. It's hard to describe exactly what it is. It doesn't feel like like a bruise, or it doesn't feel like a open wound. It just feels like, you know, like this intense soreness, intense, you know, tenderness inside you. You know, it's a very, like I say, a very unique type of pain. But it's right now, it's very manageable, very bearable. I'd also like to, you know, tell you about the type of diet I'm on right now. My body's very weird because I've been drinking shakes, like this guy right here, and it's been going down fine. But I drink a bottle of water and I get really sick, which is, you know, really awkward. But I heard it's pretty normal after the surgery, that certain brands of water don't go down as well as others. So I'm gonna have to experiment and find the right type of water for me. As it stands right now, I'm very optimistic about my future. The surgery has reinvigorated me. I'm really looking forward to, you know, opening not only a new chapter but a new book in my life. I just can't wait. People are already saying they see results in me. You know, I'm setting my calendar as New Year's as the day I start my new life officially. So I'm looking forward to it. You know, after the video, there is some graphic footage for those of you that are into scars and whatnot. You know, I did a little video showing you my scars if you're into that. But otherwise, if you think you're squeamish or you can't handle it, you know, go ahead and turn it off right after the credits. Thank you again for watching.